between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Right there. Please, Ryan.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
To throw, here's Willis. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On the return is Williams.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
11 and 3.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Is the distance on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
Here we go, here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Cut 19!
Play action, Willis. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
Looking deep for Hilton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The Steelers at 6-3 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Willis setting up the screen. Harris.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
Willis to throw once more. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Deontay Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Willis now off play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Oh, that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
set.
They go play action with Willis. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Let's go.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
Go.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis.
Buying time to his left.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Willis.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
1-1, ready?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Again, it's Harris.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here we go.
The Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes in.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now it's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3-and-out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Play fake. Here's Willis. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Willis, third and long.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over, 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down.
Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The left-footed Kevin Huber set to punt it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Here we go,
the Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go play action with Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here we go, here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. There he goes, right side. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Gm1 able to record his 5th sack of the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
11.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
From midfield now, Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Escaping and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Come on. Hey.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Willis.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Austin left side.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27.
Right back to the air again with Willis. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Willis.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Open man, that's the tight end fire move.
And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try to run with Harris. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run with Harris. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Here we go.
They run for it with Harris. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Here's Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Willis will look to throw on first down. Austin is there and brings in another one. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week, and the one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here, and they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, rush coming, and he's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Throwing on second and long. Willis. His throw incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first three quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Able to find Higgins. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Complete to his tight end Sample.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down, as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
Burrow on play action. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And Burrow going to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half